Here's what's happened thus far in the first 3 weeks. We stopped building the wall. We've halted deportations. We canceled Remain in Mexico policy, withdrew from asylum agreements with triangle nations. We eliminated advanced vetting for terrorists, reinstated catch and release. We're considering canceling the public charge rule. We're ending travel restrictions with countries with national security concerns. Do you believe that the sum total of these policies will lead to more illegal immigration?
I do not, and I would be guided by facts and evidence about
here are the
whether that will
facts.
happen.
So 178% increase in single adults coming across the border this year versus last. 50% increase in unaccompanied minors. So the fact that you don't see this as a problem is very disturbing.
And I don't mind disagreements in policy. I think that's great. I love the dialectic. But the comments were personal. I mean, you call Senator Sanders everything but an ignorant slut.
That is not true.
And when you said these things, did you mean them?
I wouldn't have said ignorant.
Senator, I have to say, I deeply regret my comments.
I understand that, but
And
when
I
you
feel
said
badly
them, did
about
you
them.
mean them? I understand you've taken them back, but did you mean them?
I'd say the discourse over the last 4 years on all sides has been incredibly polarized.
I'm asking about yours. Did you mean them?
I really feel badly about them, Senator.
Did you mean them?
I feel badly about them.
Did you mean them when you said them?
I mean, I would say social media is I've
Did
heard
you
a
mean them
terrible
when you
discourse.
said them?
I feel terribly about them.
Did you mean them when you said them, or were you not telling the truth?
I mean, I feel badly. I look back at them. I said them. I feel badly about them. I deleted tweets over.
Are you saying that because you want to be confirmed?
No, I felt badly about them. And
Did you
deleted
mean them when you said them?
Senator, I must have meant them, but I really regret them.
I want the record to reflect that I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut. Okay?
Thank you. I don't know how I should take that, Senator Kennedy, but Senator King.
When John Kerry talked about, well, President Biden wants to make sure that folks have better choices, like solar panels. I talked to my leadership in Alaska, union leaders. They find that attitude very condescending, cavalier. We're going to kill a bunch of good oil and gas jobs so we can tell you what's better. Can you talk to my constituents about how you believe, or what is your thought on the policies that right now appear to be killing jobs, good jobs, during a recession with nothing to replace them? There's no solar jobs, as John Kerry says, in my state, when the risk of hundreds, if not thousands of jobs are going to be going away in the oil and gas sector. I'd like your views on this.
Well, thank you for the question, Senator. And it is, my belief and firm understanding. I believe that the executive order that the president issued to pause the new sale of oil and gas leases doesn't impact the 90% of oil and gas activities that are occurring currently. And so the role of EPA is really to work with you, to work with your constituents, to work with the industry, to look at a rule that would be best structured to reduce the methane emissions that are coming from those activities.
Let me ask you this. In this sector, though, you're going to have a lot of power. Do you think it's a good idea to be killing any jobs when we're in this major recession? Chuck Schumer's talking about a $2 trillion stimulus package because of the high unemployment rate. The President of the United States, in his first week in office, is putting thousands of people out of work. Is that a good idea? Do you support that?
I don't think it's a good idea to kill jobs. I think it's a good idea to ensure that we're transitioning the economy towards where we know the jobs will be.
Okay, but if there aren't jobs to be transitioned, this is my whole problem. This is why we want to talk to the president. Right now, they look like they're putting forward a strategy that will crush jobs, lower the amount of energy we produce, and the only replacement is no jobs, in this sector and importing more oil and gas from countries like Russia and Venezuela. It's a policy that makes no sense.
And Trey, some critics are surprised by President Biden's choice to run the federal unemployment program, since during Susie Levine's tenure at the head of Washington State's Unemployment Security Department, it's been rocked by scandal, including a huge scam by Nigerian criminals costing the state over $600 million in fraudulent claims. FoxNews.com reports Levine and her husband Eric gave $400,000 to the Biden campaign and other Democratic causes over the past 2 years, and now she's reportedly been tapped to run the federal office that helps process unemployment claims. A recent Washington state audit faulted the department Levine was running for failing to fix a software issue that contributed to last spring's massive unemployment payout debacle. A total of more than 122,000 fraudulent claims using identities stolen in earlier data breaches, leading to more than $600 million in undeserved payments, although the state has now recovered $357 million of that money. Washington State's auditor blamed a third party for another data breach, exposing private information of 1.6 million residents filing for unemployment last year, and rebuked Levine for delays in supplying auditors information about the fraud.
In 2007, as you probably know, Congress changed the way we tax pass-through entities. I'm talking about LLCs, LLPs, sub-S corporations, partnerships, sole proprietorships. Congress exempted 20% of the income for those pass-through entities from the federal income tax. Was that a good idea, bad idea? What do you think?
Thank you for that, Senator. I would work in partnership with the Office of Advocacy on issues like this to understand some of the research they've done, as well as be the voice of small business. While I don't have a specific opinion on that, I would love to get back to you and talk to you further about it.
Well, are you familiar with it? Tell me how it works.
Well, I'm familiar that there has been some tax benefits for these types of organizations, but I would need to get back to you on that in terms of my as it relates to SBA and the programs. I would basically be the voice of small business, of course, and tax issues, regulation issues. All these are of concern, but I don't have specifics on that.
Well, but I mean, obviously, your job is to help small business women, small business men, and taxes represent a cost of doing business, just like your electricity bill, your insurance bill. Do you think this provision in the law has helped small business, or has it hurt it? Or are you just not familiar with it?
Senator, thank you for flagging it. I'm not as familiar with the research in terms of whether or not it has been effective or beneficial. So, rather than answer without any specific knowledge of a research study, I would rather research that further and get back to you on this issue.